What's up guys, it's Ryan again. It's been a long time since I did a video, so this is a solo video. Usually it'd be a riff type thing, but I thought I would put out a video because it's been a long time since I've done one and I want to get back into doing them. And the new Intervals album came out, which is awesome, by the way. If you haven't heard it, check it out, really good. So I wanted to do this because I figured most people might already know the solo since there is a playthrough video for it. But it's a great solo to learn and it really helps you work on your hybrid picking, which is great. And I was hoping that by putting out this video, it would inspire some of you to comment on what you'd like to see next, because I'm kind of running out of ideas, to be honest, of what to digest, what to break apart. There's a lot of new albums coming out, and I want to do these videos more. So please leave comments, tell me what you'd like to see, even if it's more of the same bands that I've been doing. I want to start doing more of these, so please leave comments. But without further ado, this is the solo. It's a solo, kind of in the middle of the song called Impulsively Responsible off the new Intervals album, Touch and Go. So here's what the solo sounds like. I have a playthrough video of this, which is fantastic. So that's how I know that everything that's happening here is correct, which is always nice to know that it's not just my ear. We can see that what's happening is true as well. So starting right away here on the 14th fret of the A, and this is 14 to 16 on the D, and then we jump to the B string, 14, 15. And we descend down 15, 14, 16, 14 on the G, and then 16, 14 again on the D, sliding down to 12, and then 14, 12. So all together. And then we stop on the 12th fret with a staccato type note. And then we play that sequence, which is 16, 14 on the D, and then 12 to 9 on the D. So, a couple performance notes so far. You have pick, pick, and then pick, hammer, pick, and then pick, hammer, and then pick, 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 slide, pick, pick, pick. Ooh. So there's a couple release notes, but for the most part you're picking each note. And then there you're picking the first of each group there. And then we go to, so when we slide down to the 9 here, hammer on, and then 2 more staccato notes. That's 9, 11 hammer on the G, and then 7 to 9 on the D. And then 7 to 6 on the G, slide down, and then we kind of pinch harmonic a little bit on the 7th fret of the D. So, and then we move on to the second part of the sequence. And here we start to use some hybrid picking, which if you don't know what that is, it's where you're using a pick, but you're also using your extra fingers to pluck some other strings in accordance with the pick. So this lick begins, and each time we play this first octave, which is 9 on the D, 9D, and then my pinky's going over to the B string, 12th fret. Instead of picking both of these with the plectrum, I'm playing the lower string, the D string, with the pick, and then hybrid picking with my middle finger, the 12th fret. So I'm going to play 9 to 12. And then my ring's coming over to the 11th of the D. My middle plays the 10th of the B. So each of the B string notes is hybrid picked with my middle, and each of the D string notes is played with a pick. So you have pick, hybrid, pick, hybrid. And then we slide down with my index on the G, 9 to 7, and then 9, 7 on the D. So you kind of mute them a little to better ring out the hybrid notes. I find that kind of palm muting those D string notes helps bring out the more, because this is an octave, so they kind of mess together. So if you palm mute it, you can more distinctly hear each of the notes. So, and then we're on the 7th fret of the G. I'm doing, this is a classic Aaron Marshall. 7 on the G, hammer to 9, slide to 11, and then play this these chromatic notes here, which is my index on the 8th of the B. And again, this 8th note, hybrid picking. Now you don't ring them as much in the solo as I'm doing now. You might just bounce between them like that. So then I come down here to the 9th fret of the D, and I'm playing another octave. So this is 9 to 12 slide on the D, and I'm playing 15th on the B with a hybrid stroke. So this is 12 to 15, then back to 12, and then hybrid again, 14th. So I'm 12, 15, 12, then 14 on the B, 12 on the B, slide to 10, then pick the G string, 11th, and then hybrid again, 12 to 10 on the B, and all the way down to 5. So we have, so all together, let me finish the sequence by playing this 7th fret on the G and another hybrid. Essentially, every time you're playing a lower string, a higher frequency string, you hybrid it. So if you're going to pick a note and then the next following note ends up on a lower string, you hybrid the string to begin the process. Even if you were going to play more notes subsequently, as in like what we're about to do, you could play the rest of them with a pick, but just to get the sequence started on a separate string, you'd play pick stroke and hybrid pluck, just to speed it up. I mean, it's really easy to continue a sequence on a higher string or a different string, because if you're using your pick to travel strings, sometimes you create unwanted string noise. So we want to avoid that. So this is a super effective technique to do that. So when we come down to the 5th of the B, I'm playing the 7th on the G, and then hybrid to 5 again, and hammer 7, slide 8. So pick on the 7, slide to 6, and then down on the D, 9 to 7. So that's the final sequence. So I'll go the whole thing so far, because we're just about halfway through. And then we open on the D to begin the 3rd out of 4 sections. Now you can palm mute some of this. I think he is palm muting, especially the open part. This is open on the D, and then 11, 12 on the D. I would palm mute it slightly, because it doesn't sound like he's opening it up too much. So we'll palm mute, open, 11, 12. And again, another hybrid opportunity if you want. Up to you. You can hybrid or pick. I don't think he's actually hybriding here, but why not? Practice it. So open 11, 12, and I'm hybriding to index finger, 10th fret of the B. So there's a string jump there. I'm going 10 to 14 on the B, slide. And again, open 14, 16. And here we have a trill, 14, 15, 14. 16, 14. So, and repeat that 16, 14 again. So that little pattern of 2 is happening on 16 and 14, and then 14, 12 the D. And in classic Aaron Marshall style, you want to slide into a lot of the notes. So kind of from the 15th. And then we finish this part 3 by going. So we're in this like, the feel is like groups of 2, right? So we have, this is 14, 12, 11 on the G. So that's 14, 12. And then 11 on the G, 12 on the D. And then we come down to this final ascending sequence, and that's starting on 12 in like very pentatonic-y type form. 12, 14 on the A, 12, 14 on the D, slide to 16, and then 14, 16 on the G, 15 on the B, and then 15, 17, quick hammer on. Now, quick performance note about this is that when I started playing it, I was barring my fingers across, like that, because it's 15th fret, right? Subsequent notes on the 15th fret, it's really easy to bar your notes. But that gets sloppy. You have to be careful about that and hold yourself to a higher standard. If you start barring a lot, it will get sloppy. You'll get on this all this unwanted string noise. So use 2 distinct fingers. I'm going middle to index, which is awkward because they're literally right below one another. But force yourself to do it. It will, because that way you're attributing 1 finger per note, and that improves hand synchronicity. So we have, and then 13, 14 slide, right, like a bluesy slide. And this is my ring finger on the 16th of the G, and ascend again. That's 16 on the G, 15 on the B, hammer 12 to 14 on the E. And this last lick is, so this is 12, hammer, release 13, onto the 15th of the B, and then 14th of the G, 12, 11 slide on the G, and then 14, 12 on the D, slide from 12 to 14 out. That's the final descension. So this is a neat little solo in there, and the reason I love that solo is because it has some feel to it, you know, and there's like kind of groovy stops that he apparently likes doing so much now, but there's also an exclusive use of hybrid picking. You can play the solo without hybrid picking, but hybrid picking is a concept that I encourage you all to get into. If you've played any Chon, which it's likely that you have if you're watching my video, because most of my videos have been Chon videos. Aaron Marshall's no different. He's been hanging out with Nick Johnston too much, who does many of this stuff. He does many of this.
I know words. I have the best words.
I encourage you to force yourself to start hybrid picking. And it also adds a cool sound to a lot of the notes, right? Especially this, there's a cool sound to that you don't get if you pick every note. So definitely work on that. So I'll play it slow real quick just so we can get the whole thing in context. So you can see, I mean, you can watch the playthrough video, but this will be a slower playthrough so you can take a look at what's going on. Here we go. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Maybe it wasn't even necessary. Who knows? But thanks for watching. I do appreciate all the subs. I keep getting subscribers. Like every day, more and more people subscribe, which is blowing my mind because I don't feel like I'm adding much to the YouTube library. But still, like, I really do appreciate it. And it makes me want to do more of these. So please leave comments. Tell me what you want to see. I want to start doing more of these videos, and I want to help more. So please let me know what you want to see, what other songs, artists I should check out, if there's any solo or riff or technique that you're having trouble with. Let me know. I'm happy to help. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.